Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. My name is CityZilla, and today we are in the city of Crater Lake, where we are going to be working on our new logging area by creating a mountain town. And so I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. Let's go ahead and jump right in. And so a couple things I did off camera, if anybody can notice, I went ahead and put in 3 little on-ramp, off-ramp scenarios for our freeway. Just the connections we had weren't that great, but then it also allows us to go into this next area, which is where we're going to be working. We're going to be adding in a little fishing waterfront area, and then it is going to lead into a cruise ship terminal that I was hoping to get done this week, but I think it's going to be next week. I think we're either going to do it right there or on the island. I have a couple really cool ideas I'm still kind of playing around with. I'm not really sure what yet. And then we are going to be doing the mountain town off this backside, and I think it's going to be really cool. I want to do something where we can imagine that maybe this city was here first, and the logging camp actually gave birth to Greater Crater Lake. And, this was the first industry. And even though we did say that Dan Stevens came in and kind of invested, maybe we can say that there was a small logging camp and that Dan had came in and purchased it and basically decided to renovate it and expand it, make it much larger. And so I think it's going to be a fun idea. And so the first thing I want to do is jump into roads, and we're going to go off this backside. And so we have a couple considerations. I want to connect this up in a way that is going to make a little more sense, because a town back here is going to have to go through all these just meandering dirt roads. It's going to be really hard to get to, especially if we do like some commercial, which we definitely need to. And so I think we will probably have a road cut down and maybe even have a rail line go up there as well. Though I don't know if the grade is very feasible. This seems like it would be super steep. And so maybe we'll scratch the rail line. I just kind of thought about that, but we'll definitely have a road come down and probably come down to this connection or a new connection that we will create maybe further down here. I'm not sure yet. And so the first thing I want to do is come back here, and we are going to delete this road that was for future expansion, but I think we're going to have a main street probably cut off of this and go up, and then probably even connect to the outside as well, since it'd be kind of weird if we just had it dead end at the end of the map. All right, so what we're going to do is come back here, and we are going to basically just start a road off, and I want it to connect up. So we're going to have it go like right here, and then we're, just so that we can have it connect up to our forestry area, we're just going to have this go straight into dead end right there. I feel like that's pretty good. And then what we're going to do is grab our freeform tool. We're going to go up like this, and then what we're going to do is curve it in, have it connect up right here. I feel like that's good. So that already provides a little bit of access, though this is just not a great road for right here. So I think what we're going to do is definitely do what I was thinking. So we're going to delete these 2 roads, and we're going to grab this. And what we're going to do is basically follow the terrain all the way back. And this is going to be kind of a redundant line. So we'll say that maybe they added this in later. It was just something to provide a little more access. This would be like your arterial road, kind of cutting past the forestry area. And I feel like that's probably good right there. And just so that we can have a little bit of continuity in here, we will get rid of that and then bring this back. Let's go ahead and go right there, and let's connect that up. Let's go ahead and look at that. So that looks really hilly, really bumpy, very unrealistic. So we're going to jump into the slope tool. We're going to grab this, and we're not going to do the whole road because I really don't want it to just cut right into the hill. So what we're going to do is then choose that point, come over here, hit that. Yeah, see, we're already kind of cutting into a little bit. Then we will come over here, do the same thing. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. And I feel like this is going to work out pretty well. Let's go ahead and go back here and see how crazy this gives us. So you know what, that actually worked out pretty well. We definitely have a little bit of a hill, but it's not bad. And so we could even say that maybe this was a bypass for the forestry area, that Dan Stevens didn't want people, congesting his roads. And so he actually helped fund this road that was a bypass, big project in the city. And so definitely a big help for our new community, or at least old community. And so now we will grab this, and we're going to have it curve in so that we can get a nice 90. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and jump into Traffic Manager and just set this up real quick before we forget. So we'll come in here, go like this, tell them to yield, and then jump into our lane arrows and Control-Shift-Click. Nice. And so now we have some pretty good access back here. And so one of the things I do want to do, throughout history, there was a bunch of different evolutionary processes in transportation. And so in earlier cities, the main form of transportation was actually trams, and then trains became a thing, and so trams eventually did die out. And so I do want to put in a tram line kind of coming down the main street, and I feel like this is really going to help to kind of give the city some roots. And so we're going to come down here. Let's go ahead and do, so this one's pretty nice, and we'll even say that maybe they upgraded it. So we're going to go like this. It's not going to be a big tram line, but maybe we'll even come this way a little bit. Yeah, you know what, I feel like that's good. And then we'll have the tram line kind of cut through and connect up over here. I feel like that'll be great. So then we will come up over here, grab this 2-lane road with tram tracks. And what I'm going to do is basically just give a nice little grid pattern in here. And you know what, we went a little too close. So I'm actually going to trim that back just a smidge. And then we'll come up over here and fix this. Yeah, we'll go like that. Nice, perfect. And I do want that to be on the ground. So I'm actually going to upgrade that real quick. Nice. And then let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. So we'll have this go out, we'll say 1, 2, 3, yeah, about 5. I feel like that's good. And then I could do just a standard girder like this. I really want to have a little bit of space in here, especially since this is an older city. It would be fair to assume that the grids wouldn't just be right on top of each other. It's like, why would they build a city where the homes were literally right on top of each other? I don't feel like that's very accurate. So then we will come up over here, and I think we're actually going to curve this one in. We could even actually turn this into a little square right there. I feel like that could be good. So maybe, you know, I feel like that's better. It's a little bit of a curve, but it's not terrible. And then let's go ahead and do the same thing here. So we're going to go about 1.5 back, and then we're going to come back, and you know what? I feel like that's perfect right there. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this piece just because we don't need this to be a tram piece. Nice. And so I do want there to be a little little town center. I'm going to put a church, probably a couple cemeteries, and then we're going to do some mid-rise commercial down the middle. That's why we needed the exterior connection. And then probably a big park too, something that looks nice. It's something that you definitely see a lot in these older kind of areas. This connection right here is kind of bothering me. So I think what we're going to do is actually just trim that back, use this, connect this up real quick, go like that, and then grab our initial road and then actually come off here. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be much better. There we go. Nice. And then I'm just going to remove that node real quick so we don't have 2 nodes right next to each other. Nice. There we go. And so let's go ahead and let's grab this, and I want to enclose this area just a smidge. We're not going to do the whole thing. So we're going to grab this, and then we will have it curve in. Nice. And then this will be our little town square area. This would be where people would maybe come and spend the day, or if there's any sort of community events, this would be where it happened. We'll also put the cemetery here and the church. And so I think this is going to be pretty nice. I really like the layout already. It's definitely hilly, but we can imagine that maybe they came from this way. It started the town because of all the forestry in the area, and then it just kind of went from there, boomed. And so now we'll focus on this little centerpiece here. So I got a couple churches. So if we come in here and search up church, so it looks like I got 2. Let's go ahead and check these out. So if I go like right there, how does that look? It's pretty big. It's majestic, but it looks good. I think it looks pretty good. This is good. I don't know if this would be in the same kind of time era as this though, even though it is a little bit bigger. And so I feel like that's pretty good. And then let's go ahead and jump into a 1-unit road. We're going to grab this, and we're going to go ahead and come back. And then what we're going to do is go like right here. How far is that? So it's about 5 units. So if we come out 5 units, nice. And so this will be our little kind of turnaround area. And then let's go ahead and do a big cemetery off the back and go like that. Nice. And then I'm going to move the cemetery over just a smidge. I'm going to turn that off, go like this. Nice. And I could line these up. I kind of want it lined up with the road though. You know what? I think we'll keep it like that. And so I have a couple assets in here for markets. So I want to come in here, search up market, and I believe it was this one. Could be this one too though. This one could actually look good. So maybe we'll go ahead and place that right there and then move this over a smidge, and then let's go ahead and do a couple of these. So I want it to be on the ground, so we'll go like that. What we're going to do is bring this back. We don't need to go all the way back. These are little like market kind of walkways. I really like them. Been wanting to use them for a while, but I just never do. And so we will then move this back. Let's go ahead and connect this up as well. So this would be like your little farmer's market area. So then let's go ahead and connect that up. Nice. I really like that it has this main hall too. So maybe there's like a bunch of shops in there as well. And then we'll do a little park off this backside, make it into a really welcoming environment. Maybe we could do one of the big ones too. Now those look like they're a little too big. I want to do the wide one at least. Yeah, so if we go like that, how does that look? So that actually looks pretty good. I think what we can do though is move this over just a smidge. And let's go ahead and jump into paths. And there we go. And we're going to come back through here and put in some trees and stuff, make it look a little bit better. And so I do want to do some paths in the middle. So we will come up over here, we'll have this kind of meander back and forth, and then I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of the areas as well. All right, and so it looks like we have a little bit of a space right here as well. I wonder if we could just turn this, so we already have a little bit of a main street happening here. So if we come in here and let's go to, I want to get some taller buildings. So maybe if we do some high density, we'll come up over here, go like this, then come down, go like this. And I think I'm going to remove zoning just off of these front roads because I really want to get full zoning off of that main street. I feel like that's going to be important. And so we'll go like this. And then what we're going to do is actually turn this into, I believe it's Modern City Center, but we want to get a specific look in here. So if we go like this, so if I turn this on, connect, grab this, go into themes, what we can do is theme manager, new theme. So rural America. Went ahead and put all those suburban American homes in here as well as the Modern City Center. And so we may need to kind of mess around with the Modern City Center. The thing is, I just want to get like side-by-side commercial buildings in here. And so I'm going to go ahead and throw in some zoning real quick. Okay, so I went ahead and zoned all that in, and I believe we could even do this as well. But a couple considerations, because this is a rural town, it would be fair to assume that maybe they had supplied all their own city services, possibly even still do. Though they'd probably be on septic tanks, you would still have some sort of water treatment facility and some sort of like small power facility or services as well. And so what I want to do is jump in here and we're going to go to a regular 2-unit road. And I want to create a little service center over here. So let's actually, I was thinking like right back here. So if we have this go straight, let's go ahead and turn on snapping. We're going to have this go down to the ground, and then we are going to have it turn up. We want it to be a little bit far away from the city. It doesn't need to be too far, but just far enough to where you wouldn't have any of the smells or anything kind of encroaching on the city. And so I did get a bunch of water treatment facility stuff too, which actually looks really cool. I'm super excited to be able to use it. So what is this? So grit and screen facility. So we'll go like that. And then let's go ahead and look at these. So I got a couple of these. And you know what? I feel like that looks pretty good right there. I really like it. It's not too much, but it's definitely enough to make it look a little more realistic. So then we will go ahead and paint those in as concrete. All right, so now what I want to do is go ahead and jump in here, and I want to put a fence around this. So if we go to, where's the ore industry fence? Yeah, ore industry, this one looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and do a fence all the way around, and then looks like we're going to have to kind of clean this up. Nice. I feel like that looks pretty good. It's definitely not done yet. We're going to come back through and detail it some more. I want to put in some tanks. I know that for sure. So if we come in here, go like this, go like this. Yeah, you know, that looks a little more plausible. Okay, water hooked up. We got our little water treatment facility. Let's go ahead and do a small power plant over here as well. And even though I would like to do one of these, it would be more feasible for there to be a coal one back here. And so we'll go ahead and plop that coal one down, and then we do need to do services as well. And so let's look at here. Let's see, it would probably be right off the little main street or even right here. You know, maybe even off this road. So let's go ahead and do one of each. And I think I'm going to do the European assets as I really like the look of these buildings. And so now we will go ahead and place a clinic, probably right off the main road. I think we're going to do the regular clinic. So we'll go like that. And then we will do a little police station as well. So we'll come up over here. Let's go ahead and place the police station right here. Nice. And so I feel like that's pretty good. And so we got a park in there. Let's go ahead and place down a couple other parks as well. So let's do some dog parks in here. So we'll go ahead and go like this. And we'll go like that. And then let's do some playgrounds across the street from that. I feel like that would just be really great for the city, for the town. And so we have services, we got water treatment. Now what I want to do is do like a water tower as well, because this is something that you normally would see in a small town too. So we'll go ahead and go like that. And it'd probably have like the city painted on the side, like Mountainville or whatever the logging company was, something like that. You guys will come up with something fun. And so now let's go ahead and connect this up. And you know what? We're already doing so good. I think we may even turn this into something else too, because having this connection here is kind of weird. So if we go ahead and grab that, let's see if we can just turn this and then turn it in. Yeah, there we go. I feel like this space is still calling out for something, maybe even just some more forestry. But then we have this road right here too, which we could definitely hook up over here. So we'll go like that, and then I'm going to upgrade this. And so now at least we have a little bit of a flow happening. This road we ended up not doing anything with. though it was for a future forestry expansion, so maybe we'll keep that there. I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of this one too since we didn't use it. That one actually, because of the bump, it's a little weird, but all right, so I feel like this is looking pretty good. Another thing that we do need to do is a little tram depot, and so since this city was out here on its own, we would have to put somewhere for them to store the trams, and so let's go ahead and jump in here, and we're going to go to a 2-unit tram road, and what we're going to do is have it come back towards the water facility, since this is kind of like our makeshift industrial area. And so then let's go in here, let's find our tram depot. It's a little loud, but honestly this would be something that the city was probably super proud of. Like they got mass transit, and so now everybody's super excited. They got a little tram line. And so now what I want to do is go ahead and draw in our tram line. So I know I want it to go down Main Street. So then we will have it turned this way, come up here, and then cross over, and then go this way, and then connect up. And then what we're going to do is do one going the opposite direction. So we'll have it come down here, go like this, come over here. Oh, it looks like that one's already kind of in the space. So then we will have it just go like that and connect up. And so now we've pretty much connected up the whole city. There are a few streets in here that maybe there was like old tram lines on and they discontinued them over time. So now what I want to do is go ahead and unpause and let all this start growing in. It should grow in pretty quick. We have a pretty high demand for residential, but we'll go ahead and see. I'm interested to see about this connection too, whether this is going to become super busy or not. I don't want to connect up too many roads outside. And so we have a power plant, we have our water facility, we have a tram depot, fire department, water tower, we got a cemetery, we got some parks. I feel like we really have everything over here. And so I do want to start working on this area a little bit. I think we're going to end up connecting this road up and have it come down here. So if we go ahead and grab a road, so I feel like that definitely looks a little bit better. We do have a couple considerations here. For some reason, this beach is just super steep, and so it's creating this kind of cliff area. So maybe we will just keep this as a beach because it is so steep right there. Maybe we'll even do a key wall right next to the road, and then we can kind of do some walking paths down here. I feel like that would probably be good. And then up here we can actually have it kind of branch down and turn into something bigger. I think we may even work on this area, but I'm super excited about this. I want to get like a little fishing village in here, and I feel like we have a lot of opportunities here. And so let's have this road come down. I'm going to go ahead and turn on snapping. I'm going to come down here. And I think what we're going to do is remove some of this sand because it's just so steep and just unrealistic. Like, why would the sand be that high? The sand is just so much higher than the water. It's kind of funny. It's just because this is one of their first maps. And so you can really see like certain areas that they did that just aren't super realistic. Like, look how high this is. It's just so crazy. Whereas this, I mean, looks a little bit better, but that's still like a really big drop off for a beach. And so what we're going to do is create a little marina space in here. So I want to keep this as a beach going all the way down, and then I think we will turn into a little quay wall and have it come around this side. I feel like that's going to work out best, especially with how steep it is. So if we go in here and increase our brush size, let's go ahead and try to figure out like a nice space. So if we go like right there, I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way around. Yeah, I feel like that's probably pretty good right there. And then what we can do is have this just terminate into the beach, similar to what we did on this side where it kind of curves in. I feel like that looks pretty good. But then it's going to provide us an opportunity to do like a little fishing wharf and stuff, and then work with some height differences and stuff in here, make it look really cool. And so now let's jump into keys. We're going to do the standard one because we're going to be doing fishing and stuff off of this. So then we will grab this. I'm going to go ahead and turn off snapping. I'm going to go, I would like it to come up here, but I guess we don't really need it to. That actually looks pretty good. I'm tempted to even have the key continue. We could do that as well because it just looks a little weird right now. No, I think we're going to keep it like that. And then what we're going to do is do a key wall next to the road. Because I've seen beaches where it's just right next to a road. There's not necessarily any hotels or anything in the area. Just something that the state or the city has decided to conserve a little bit. So we're actually going to jump into parallel mode, and we are going to start right here. We're going to come all the way down to right here. Yeah, I feel like that looks pretty good. And then let's go ahead and move this out. So we're going to come out here. We'll probably go to like right there. Yeah, I feel like that's probably good. And then I'm going to go ahead and level in this space real quick. Yeah, there we go. And then that actually provides us an opportunity to turn this in and have it kind of terminate into the key wall. I feel like that's just going to look a little bit better. We'll actually get rid of this and turn this into the key wall with stairs. I really like these ones with stairs, and you really don't get a lot of opportunities where you can really use them in a spot that looks cool. So then if we go like that, let's go ahead and raise this up. Go ahead and Control H right off of this one. Ooh, so it looks like we We're just going to go ahead and raise that up a bit. And then what we can do is jump into node controller, grab this, and then turn this to node list just so it kind of connects up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like it. I think it looks good. And then I like that this even comes up over here. All right, so I think what we're going to do is go ahead and grab this, and we are going to have this complete over here. I was thinking about doing a road, but I feel like this is just going to be a little bit better for our scenario. So if I grab this and Control H right there, and it looks like we have a little bit of a pillar right there. Let's go ahead and move that out of the way for people. And we can go like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. It does look like we need to just touch this up a smidge though. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's a little more realistic of a height. And then I want to come in here and just kind of level this space out, make it a little bit more accessible for people, especially since we're going to have this path kind of come down here and just meander around and put some chairs and some little beach assets and stuff. And so now we need to figure out what we're going to do with this area. We have a little bit of a hill, so I do want to have like some industrial up here and then maybe like a fish market and stuff. This is going to be like pretty much all fishing industry, and so we want to maybe assume that along with the logging, the fishing industry kind of boomed in response to the little city that was budding and all that stuff. And so let's go ahead and look at these houses too. Oh, these actually look really cool. I like these. These are it's like American suburbia on the Steam Workshop, but I think they look really cool. They're just like standard American homes. I don't know how realistic they would be in this area, but I felt like they looked better than the vanilla homes. I think this looks great too. I like this little main street. I think this looks fantastic. Now they're using this area. This is just a nightmare. What are all these people doing? Would they all stop coming over here now? This is just, look at this. It's just like, I don't even know. This is like a 10-car pileup. All these logs, they're just like climbing in there. I think we need to turn off U-turns here or something. Let's jump into here and see what kind of junction restrictions we have there. Looks like we can't turn it off. All right, well, I guess that's just going to be a thing now because of the game mechanics. All these trucks are just coming up here to do deliveries rather than coming down here. But maybe it's actually helping out with our traffic a little bit. It's not bad. You know, we still, I think this area gets congested a lot. This is where we have that timed traffic light, but I feel like it looks okay. And so now let's come up over here and let's jump in here, and I want to do a slope going down. So we're going to grab this. We're going to have this come down. Yeah, we'll probably go like right there. I feel like that's good. Let's go ahead and grab our road, have this go straight. Let's turn on snapping so that we can get a nice little angle out of this. Yeah, I feel like that looks pretty good. And then what I want to do is create this road right next to this. So let's actually place down our fishing industries first. Okay, so now what I want to do is jump in here, and I think we're just going to do probably like 5 of these. So if we go like this, 6, yeah, I feel like this will be good. And then we'll jump in here and go to unlock segment, unlock all these pieces. It looks like we have a fire helicopter coming over here for some reason. I wonder if we have some fire issues happening. So let's go ahead and delete all these roads, and I need to just do this one real quick. I don't know what this guy's doing. Look, his tail just like hit. He's coming right into the dock. All right, so I feel like that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and line these up real quick just to kind of clean them up, make them look a little bit better. Yeah, I feel like that looks pretty good. And so now let's go ahead and do a road. We're going to grab a freeform road. We're going to have this go all the way around. How does that look? And so now let's go ahead and grab this road and let's have it just follow the key wall down. So we'll have it go this way, kind of curve, and then what we're going to do is have it turn up here. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And so now we've created a pretty nice little connection. And so we will have this turn this way, go like this, and then we will connect this up. Nice. There we go. So we have a nice little fishing industry coming in. I really like this. And so I want to do some offices. I want to do the fish market. I want to really turn this into a nice like industrial area. I don't want to have like a bunch of the big like smokestack buildings though. I would rather this just be more of a fishing industry. And so let's jump in here and see what kind of fishing stuff we have. So we need to do our fishing lines. We could do fish farms. We could actually do some fish farms off of here. That could probably be good. But then we have the fish market, which we could go ahead and place back here. I feel like this would just be fantastic. So we'll go ahead and go like that. And then let's use the fish factories. So I think we're going to do just a ton of fish factories back here. So we'll just say that this company just basically owns this whole thing. We could even do, maybe we'll do the rest of these fishing industry. I feel like that could be good. So if we get rid of these, grab this, we're just going to do a few more of these. Yeah, I feel like that would be pretty good. And then let's go ahead and space these out. We're going to put in some warehouses and stuff. We want to make them look realistic because this would just be a huge operation. So we want to space these out just a smidge. I'm going to go ahead and probably do some parking just for realism. I know not a lot of people use parking, but we just want to make it look good. Like this already looks pretty good. And then maybe we'll even do some small homes off this backside for people who live in the area. I feel like that would probably be smart. So maybe we'll come in here, go to a 2-unit road. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then let's go ahead and make a couple other connections too. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this empty for right now because I want to do this whole area, but I don't think we're going to do it on this episode. So if you guys have any suggestions for that area, go ahead and let me know. And then I think we're going to do a waterfront area with some small commercial in here. Just make it into a nice welcoming area. So I think we're going to do a 1-unit road. We will have this come back, and maybe this is where our tourism industry kind of started, and so maybe we'll do a couple hotels in here too. I think that could be cool. So maybe we'll come like this, and then we'll cut in, and then let's see what hotels we have. I feel like we have a couple cool ones that we could do over here. So yeah, if we come up over here, we could definitely assume that maybe these are newer and somebody bought up the land, like the fishing company is kind of selling off its land piece by piece. So we'll come up here, grab that. Let's do one more on this side. I think I have another one that kind of protrudes out. Oh yeah, it's this one. So we'll go like that. So then basically this is all one, and then this is one as well. And then we'll do some small commercial in there as well. This is kind of funny. It's like they came down and they purchased some of the fishing industry. And so this would just basically be for the look. Like you would come down here for some sort of retreat and just look out over the water. You could see Crater Lake in the distance. You see that little chirper balloon kind of flying through the air. And so we'll come in here and probably do a little pool area and just make it into a nice little area. And so now what I need to do is hook up some water, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw in my fishing lines real quick. Okay, and so this area is definitely coming together. So I think we're definitely going to do some park assets right here. Let's do something big. Like these would be all the fishermen and stuff, and so I don't feel like they would really care as much about any sort of fish mills or anything like that. So maybe we'll go like this. And then let's go ahead and draw in some paths, make this into a nice little area. So if we come over here, grab this, go to freeform. Let's go ahead and have this curve around. Yeah, we'll go like that. And then we're going to have this curve around as well. And then I think we may even have one go down just to give a little access for the workers. I don't know though. Maybe we'll play around with that. I don't know if that's going to really fit. I do want to create a couple little access points in here though. So we'll go like that. Come up here, go like this. And then we will connect this up as well. Nice. Fantastic. And then we would need to do services down here as well. This is a little far away for the services that we already placed. So then we will come in here, place these down. And I feel like that's probably good. We would still need to do like a small little schooling area though. So maybe we'll come in here and let's go ahead and do a small school area right here. And because it is a rural town, sports would be a thing. So let's go in here, and I want to do like a soccer pitch and some other really cool stuff. So we go in here, let's go to our sports. So we would want at least a couple of these. I don't have any football fields, but we would want to do the track, and then we would want to do the tennis. We'll do a couple tennis, and then we'll do a couple basketball. So I guess that was the basketball, and then we'll do a couple tennis. So there we go. So now at least we got some sports in here, so anybody who grew up out here would have something to do. You know, especially they're a little bit further away from the city, so they wouldn't be able to kind of walk into the city, which would be a big deal. And so I do want to do the sports hall and gymnasium as well. So I think we're actually going to get rid of these and put the sports hall and gymnasium in the middle. Yeah, I feel like this is already looking fantastic. And then let's jump back over there and put those basketball fields on this side next to the high school. And so now we're going to do some more low density residential down here. And I want to follow that same kind of pattern. So we're just going to go like that. And then we're going to turn on our districts that we already have them on. We're going to go to themes. We're going to go to enable theme manager and hit that rural America. Perfect. And then we are just going to zone these in, and then we're going to come back through and kind of decorate them up, make them look nice. We probably need to do a couple commercial in here too. And we'll go like this. And then what we'll do is add in some commercial right here, just off the little main street. And then I think we'll add in some commercial right there too. Nice. I feel like that looks pretty good already. Could probably add in some right here too. And you know what? That looks really good. I like this area. I want to come back through here and kind of decorate this up. I feel like this is definitely missing something, like maybe some warehouses or something. And maybe we'll come in here, place a couple of these. Let's place one right there, place one right there, place one right there. Yeah, you know what? That makes it look a little bit better. Okay, so we have our fishing boats in the water. And now we should actually start making some good money from these too. Especially once these fish factories start humming along. Fishing industries can actually make you a ton of money, and one of the great things about them is that they just convert into commercial zone goods. So what we'll do is turn all these warehouses to commercial zone goods, and then what they can do is deliver them into the city or sell them, whatever they want to do. And it just helps us make a little more money. It's actually, I mean, a pretty easy way to make money, especially if you have the Sunset Harbor DLC. And so now let's go like this, go ahead and set all these up. And man, we got a lot done. I feel like we really did a lot in this episode. And it's kind of funny. I initially was on edge with this one. I wasn't sure if we were going to do it or not. But then after doing the mountain town, I was like, you know, it would just make sense for them to make use of this coastal area as well. Like, it just wouldn't really make sense for them to leave this empty. And so now what we'll do is kind of decorate this up. We'll do some chairs in here. I'm going to do a little pool area. And then what I would like to do is do chairs in here as well, some little cabanas, just some volleyball areas. This would be more of like a public beach. So I think I'm going to do some of those lifeguard stands with some of those little cars and stuff that we did in Canalville, just kind of make it look good. I do want to fill in the space with sand again. I know we got rid of that sand, but it's the ones that I've been to that are like this, where you have a step down. It's like you step down into the sand pretty much. So I feel like this looks great. I like how we have a little water facility over here too. I think that looks cool. I like that we have the trams in here. I don't particularly like how we have this set up, but I feel like it's the most realistic approach rather than just having a road kind of dead end. And then did we set up homes over here? We did. So it looks like our house demand just kind of, our residential demand just kind of collapsed a little bit. And so I feel like this looks great. And so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump into a detailing time lapse. I'm going to go ahead and get all that stuff done. Just make this look really good. And so I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, I am finally done, and it all looks really good, and I definitely took it a little farther than I was expecting for a few areas. So I added in this hotel off to this side because I felt like having it next to this main road and off of this road. It's going to be a really good location. I ended up doing another one of our large pool areas with the stage, a couple pools, little cabanas and chairs and stuff. Looks like I still got some sprites right here. Let's go ahead and get rid of those real quick. I'm just using Surface Painter to get rid of these. You can also turn them off inside of Theme Mixer too if you want to, but I keep them on because I like the texture. I went ahead and just plopped into small ploppable little parking lots there. And then I did this very large kind of ramp because there's not stairs in this game, and I just felt like it even still looks a little weird. Then I made our whole beach area a park. I did little lifeguard stands. I did some bathrooms, then a couple little restaurants. I have like a little beach restaurant right there, and then I did a couple of the park ones as well. And I did some chairs, put some lifeguard little vehicles there. And then I just left these hotels there because there wasn't really a lot of space to go along with it. Went ahead and put trees in here, filled this in as a park as well, did some gazebos, made it look really good. And then I went over here and got a little crazy. I wanted to do like some nice pathways going through here from the hotels. And then I did a couple pool areas with some cabanas, nothing too crazy over here. Then over here, I decided to do more of like a stone look. So I did these more comfortable chairs. Maybe this is more of like a day club kind of vibe with these little planters around. I kind of wanted to do fire pits. I think I'm going to try to find fire pits off the Steam Workshop. I think that would be cool. Then I did a fountain over here with a couple more little planters and some seating areas for people. I think this looks good. It's definitely a different vibe than the other ones, but I like it. I like the little planters in the front too. I think it looks nice. And then back here, went ahead and put trees, and then I got a little crazy with this as well. I put in 2 fountains, and then I did this like white stone going all the way back, and the ground's a little uneven, so there are some bumps. I think I'm going to play around with a little bit and try to get it perfect, but then I did a fence all the way around, just make it into a real welcoming area. And so now maybe on like the weekends or Wednesdays, Sundays, whenever people go into church, they can kind of just hang out and congregate around the fountains, have a good time, make it, just into a really nice area. And then just did trees around here, just made it look more realistic, more dense, like this area's been here a while. I like the pathways in the middle. I don't know how realistic they are, but I think it looks good. And so I like this area too, and we're making pretty good money from the fishing. We're bouncing up and down. But then I added in a trash service over here as well, small little recycling plant. I decided to leave these empty. I wasn't really sure what to do with these. I think they look good with the tanks and everything. And a lot of times they would just kind of pull up and then check these out. There'd probably be a small parking lot. Yeah, there's a small parking lot right here for workers and stuff. And so I think that looks really good. I like that we got the fishing in. So now this should really help out our city a little bit. Let's go ahead and check out our economy tab. So it looks like, we're making pretty decent money, 2,000 from just the fishing industry, and that doesn't count the export of commercial goods. But the more important part is that we're now going to get more commercial zone goods for this area, which is just fantastic. So go ahead and let me know what you guys think. I think this whole area is just fantastic. If you guys have any ideas for this, let me know. But then I want to do the cruise ship terminal, and I'm thinking this island as well, or maybe over here again. Let me know. I think this looks really good. I'm glad we got some hotels in there and some fishing industry. So now the city has a little bit of a past along with our logging camp. And so I think this area looks really good. Go ahead, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you enjoyed this episode, you will definitely enjoy the episode on your screen. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on Sunday.